Ciao Kenda.
Ciao Gaia.
Welcome to State of the Art Stories for Learning. I'm glad to start this new season of educational interviews with Kenda Fields, who is the owner and CEO of Kef&Co, which is a creative communication agency for mission-driven small businesses. Kenda has been working for several corporations in customer care communication positions before founding her highly inclusive company. When I met Kenda, she was traveling alone in Italy, and I was mesmerized by this wonderful, talented woman full of life, so that I convinced her to come to talk to my students the morning after about communication, and she did come, and also to hold a training night for local professionals, which she did, and to whom she changed the professional life. Since then, Kef&Co has become a collective of culture and word-loving writers, creatives, strategists, and designers who prime small business owners, mainly Black creators, on how to clearly communicate their brilliant ideas and to attract the exact customer that the product or service is designed for. Over the years, Kenda has been fine-tuning a trademark communication method, which we will hear in her own words, to allow clients to develop, cultivate, and use the art of speaking an authentic brand voice and the science of communicating to the right audience. Kef&Co succeeds in doing so with the support of a market research company today, which supplies the agency, Kef&Co agency, with different kind of data, which inform branding and communication strategies for a symphony of creativity backed up by data-driven decisions. Market research is often perceived as a cost. While discussing with Kenda, I hope we will be able to elicit the fact that market research is indeed an investment on human touch, on customer resonance. And Kef&Co indeed is powered by data, but is designed for people and vibrates within many communities. So, Kenda, can you please introduce yourself to our audience and tell us how you've heard the calling to this work in this specific field?
Yes, thank you so much, Gaia. My name is Kenda Fields. I am a writer, creative entrepreneur, and mother. And I, for the last 5 years, our 5-year anniversary is on the 17th. I have been working at Kef&Co or created Kef&Co. So I have always been in communications, like as a child, like in high school, you know, writing newsletters for different groups of people. And then I went to university for business and communications. And I was actually on the radio for a few years. So I learned how to speak to people and entertain and engage them, even if I'm not getting that feedback. And then I moved on into customer care communications. And that's where I really honed my craft of really understanding who customers are, like what they want, actually listening to them, being as concise as possible, but with still delivering that value to them. So I really was able to, it was like kind of like trial by fire to just be there in the midst of so many different personalities and different customer types. And so then from there, we moved to Kef&Co, which I created in 2017. And we've been able to service over 75 small businesses, brands, and organizations over the years. So I'm really proud of the work that we've done.
And can you introduce us your Nest method and who it supports and how it supports your clients?
Yeah, so the Nest method supports everyone. And that's the thing that I love about it. It's actually rooted in West African and Dinka culture. And it is an Ndinka symbol called Sankofa, which it was actually based around. And so Sankofa means to go back and get it, which to me means to look to the past, to like move towards your future and understand how you can soar. And so what we do with the Nest is N stands for nurture, E stands for educate, S stands for sell, and T stands for testimonial. And so if I was going to walk you through that, nurturing is how we introduce the founder and the values of the founder to the world. And by nurturing them, by telling them the stories that led them there, why did you create this? You know, why is it important? All of that. Educate allows us to share why what we've just shared with you is important from a nurturing standpoint. standpoint, educating on you why, how it can work in your lifestyle, if it's a product, or how it can improve your lifestyle if it is a service. Selling is just honing in on that value. What is the value of these things that we've already shared? And then going to testimonial, I believe that testimonials are the biggest form of compensation. I actually learned that from my marketing and communications guru is, that's the biggest thing. If people are talking about you, then people are going to purchase. And so the Nest strategy takes you through all of that. And it really is kind of mimicking of a customer journey of sorts, if you think about it, because those are the ways that you're able to capture people, educate them, sell them, and then also bring the testimonial in. And the objective is for small businesses, brands and organizations to be able to tell their story authentically without feeling like they have to fluff or add on. Your story as it is wonderful, and it's worthy as it is to bring people in. And so that's one of the things that we highlight, so that these people that we work with do not have to worry about what they're going to talk about or what content they're going to put out, because it's effortless. And once you get to the sell portion of Nest, you already warmed them up for that sell. And so it just feels a lot better. So that's the Nest method.
Very interesting. How do you incorporate market research in the strategies you design for the brands you support, and which methods work best for your clients and why?
Yeah, so I would say this is like a two-part thing. So in the beginning of the agency, when I did not have a lot of budget, I had to kind of come up with my own method. And so what I would do is I would subscribe to newsletters and articles and, YouTube videos, podcasts, anything from a communication standpoint, I would get my hand on to really understand how people were communicating. And so then
players were communicating.
Right. Yeah. How they were communicating, and then taking that and trying to apply those things that I was learning to my clients. So that's like one way that we do it. And then another way that we have done is we actually hired a Black woman-owned data agency called Rachel and Winfrey, and they come in and they actually tell the data story, tell the number story based off of how people are engaging with the content, how they're clicking on links, like what links are they clicking on? How long are they staying there? What are they purchasing more of? And it allows our clients to be able to make decisions such as letting go of a certain product if it's not moving, even if we're pushing that a little bit more, maybe people just don't want it, or, adding certain things. And it really helps our small businesses based in the US, because a lot of the creatives that we work with they don't have access to capital. And so because they don't have access to capital, any investment that they make in their business to make it bigger, they want to make sure they're getting that return on investment. So I'm so proud to be able to be working with another agency who allows us to do that, because I'm a words girl, not a numbers girl. And so to be able to get that and put that together has really made a really robust return on investment for our clients.
It is a similar case for small businesses in Italy. Actually, very often it's difficult to have access to capital, and therefore, of course, every sort of investment needs to be measured upon return that it's profitable. Of course,
Right.
We are also discussing the possibility, since what Kenda has been telling us is pretty much quantitative research, so that it shows through numbers the effectiveness of certain strategies. With Kenda, we have been discussing the possibility of developing and delivering qualitative research for her clients in order to delve more into motivations and into purchasing preferences and behaviors. So we might discuss in another interview, we might discuss our findings soon. So Kenda, thank you super very much for you coming and talking to us today. And I thank you all for connecting.
Yes.
Arrivederci.